watched last episode, towards the end of the episode, I was basically spending a majority of my day in the weeds. I was talking to small business owners who were looking to potentially sell their business, whether it's a private deal or whether it's a public deal. So one of the things that I'm spending time on today as we start the week is going 30,000 feet and really looking at a very high level of private equity and how companies are structured and why private equity firms target certain types of companies. So I'm really working at a really higher level in terms of like taking more thinking, because one of the things that I failed to do in the very beginning is really having a dialed in understanding of the structure of how private equity firms are set up and how the capital flows through private equity firms, and even down to third-party vendors like us, like where we fit into their equation to increase the performance of their private equity firm through their portfolio company, and in return getting exits for their LPs if they decide to go that route. So what I'm spending time now is just like really dialing in on just having more structural awareness and studying how certain private equity firms are set up so that we can position ourselves to really create economic leverage. When we're working with these firms, we want to make sure we give them an edge. And in that edge is like, okay, where can we create the points of leverage so that they can spit back capital or spit back distributions to their LPs, the people that are lending them money. And this is just a circle. And if you get that wrong in the beginning, you have to go back to the drawing board, retool until you get it right and get the right positioning. And that's one of the things that I'm spending some time today, probably most of this week, of just dialing that in. As you know, we are beginning our efforts for our audio series, our conversations with private equity CEOs, just to really learn, really just as an avenue to learn. And a part of that is making sure that you're as knowledgeable as possible. And I'm always going to be learning. We're always going to be learning. We like to say that we're a learning organization, a learning machine. So we're constantly learning on what's working, what's not working in the industry as a whole. So stay tuned. Today's going to be a good day, pretty long day. I don't have any meetings set up like I would normally do, but I'm going to be doing some more research at the small level, but I'm going to be spending more time at the higher levels, really understanding the structural makeup of private equity firms. Because at the end of the day, we don't want TFX just to be useful to private equity firms and like a nice to have. That's not what we're doing. We want to be essential at the end of the day. We want to make the CEOs, people that we're working with, to feel like they're, I hate to use this word, stupid for not moving forward with us. And that comes with how we dial in how we position ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we have to solve three different problems. We have to make sure that it's high value and time sensitive. So when we're looking at our value stack, we need to make sure each point of it is high value. It needs to be solved, and it's time sensitive. Usually a private equity firm, they hold their companies in their portfolio for 3 to 6 years until they try to exit it and get distributions for their investors. So that's something that, across that time horizon, we want to make sure that we're solving problems and they're retaining our services. Because at the end of the day, we want to be embedded in their operations. We don't want them to remove us from their operation. We want to be embedded because we're giving an ROI, and the ROI is a no-brainer. So those are the three things that we're always constantly going to be looking at is, are we solving that high value problem and it's time sensitive? Is the ROI a no-brainer? Like, it has to be a no-brainer. And then the third thing is we have to be embedded in their operations over the time horizon of the portfolio companies, no matter whenever they actually bring them on and everything. So these are the things that that I'm thinking about. I'm just spitballing with you. I would love to hear from you of your thoughts about that. In today's market environment, it's not enough just to work hard, provide value, and just think money is just going to follow it. I mean, that is far from the case. And I know you're probably watching a lot of YouTube videos. You're probably watching some on YouTube now. And that's what they're selling to you. But it doesn't work like that. It's really about understanding how capital is controlled. And that was an understanding that I had to come into. And how that capital is controlled is going to determine whether or not you position yourself to get a percentage of that capital that's being controlled, because they see a clear, like I was saying earlier, ROI. So put in the comments right now, have you ever been on the hamster wheel of just putting in that hard work, thinking you're providing value and not the results that you're getting? Put it in the comments right now. I want to hear from you. Very beautiful day out today. I guess it started off raining, but now it's cleared up a little bit. So took a nice little walk down to my office. But heading in here right now. But one of the things I was really thinking about is, now that I did some of the high level thinking, my brain's a little fried right now, so I'm gonna have to get some water or whatever. But anyway, it's really dialing in on, where those what we call 12 capital constraints really amplify the value. So what I'm gonna do right when I get back, I'm just gonna summarize quickly in one page everything that I went over, just to get a clarity on the offer, and then gonna get down into the weeds. So I'm finished for today, but one thing I just want to leave with is, once you get more, and I talked about this in the beginning of this vlog, is once you get more structural awareness, no matter what you're working on, the more you understand about how things flow, specifically capital or revenue flows in, it just makes everything a lot more easier, or simplifies things. It is harder. It's always going to be hard, but I'm saying the more you understand about that, the easier it is for you to move things in the direction that you need them to move in. So with that said, I'm out. If you made it this far in the video, appreciate you.